And just like that, Tesla stock back over $400 per share. It's been a while. Market cap now $1.26 trillion, and just wanted to emphasize this little period, which I guess some might describe as an opportunity between late 2021 and late 2024. A 3-year window where Tesla stock from its all-time high closing price collapsed around 75%. Imagine buying Tesla stock back in January 2023 from mere $113 per share. Oh wait, no, I don't need to imagine that, do I? See what I did there? Well, some were crying, others like myself were buying. This is what happens when you got a long-term thesis on the company. Dave Lee pointing out today that $500 worth of Tesla shares back in 2012, which, just to be clear, was the year the Model S was released. Tesla stock itself IPO'd back in 2010. So $500 worth of Tesla stock, the same year that they released the Model S, which started winning every award ever, and was proof that Tesla could do what they said they were going to do, make such a compelling electric vehicle. You don't need to convince people to buy it because it's electric. You just make an incredible vehicle and people buy it because it's the best. That $500 today would be worth a mere $100,000. Shout out to the OG investors. Can't wait to revisit this video in about 10 or 12 years time and go, $500 worth of Tesla stock in 2024 would now be worth XYZ. And Sawyer Merritt summing things up. Stock performance over the last 2 years. Tesla 139% gain versus the S&P 500 at 51%. WTF about GM. Over the last 5 years, Tesla stock up nearly 1,600%, S&P almost doubling. Last 10 years, Tesla stock nearly 3,000%, S&P 200%. Year to date, Tesla 61%. I've got no idea what the fuck's going on with GM stock. Just kidding, yes I do. It's called the bell curve, which is real. More on GM in a moment. S&P 27%. It's been a reasonable 1, 2, 5 and 10 years for Tesla investors. And now the big news of the day. And look guys, I have to be real with you. I have an extremely difficult time saying anything that could possibly cause somebody to have a slightly negative opinion of me. For example, saying something that might cause someone to perceive me as even slightly arrogant. It's very difficult for me. So this has got to be hard because I don't want anyone to get the impression that I'm suggesting that I told you so, despite the fact that I did in fact tell you so. I'm just kidding. I don't give a fuck, bro. I absolutely called this miles away. Check it out. General Motors, who let it matter, just ask the big guy, has announced that they have halted funding of its, quote, Robotaxi development by Cruise and exiting the Robotaxi business. That's right, they've given the fuck up. I called this. You can fact check me. I've got plenty of receipts. I say the same shit every day just to make sure there's no ambiguity about my thoughts or predictions. Quote, GM plans to realign its autonomous driving strategy and prioritize the development of advanced driver assistance systems on a path to fully autonomous personal vehicles. GM will no longer fund Cruise's Robotaxi development work, given the considerable time and resources that would be needed to scale the business, along with an increasingly competitive Robotaxi market. I'm so incredibly shocked. Not, by the way, check this out. Kyle, the co-founder of Cruise, which was later acquired by GM himself. Okay, just going to be clear, right? This is the co-founder of Cruise. Check it out. He just posted this today, and by the way, it's accurate. In case it was unclear before, it's clear now. GM are a bunch of dummies. Some guy responded, we know. I agree. Now, some more context. Government Motors accumulated losses totaling approximately $10 billion over the years from its Cruise, quote, Robotaxi division. I use the term Robotaxi loosely. It's more of a glorified party trick. So they lost $10 billion with no sign of profitability anywhere in the future. Bled money from day one. Then there was a huge scandal with the safety cover-up. I said, they're fucked now. The DNA's toxic. They just basically need to blow up the company now. It's over. You can't fix that shit. Well, turns out they are blowing it up. Today, GM said it will no longer develop a dedicated Robotaxi vehicle, citing increased competition and cost. But wait, there's more. Another delicious bowl of I told you so. GM just admitted that Tesla's end-to-end approach to autonomy is the right strategy. Money managers are in shambles. Quote, actually, you know what? Let's just listen to the clip instead.
From the, architecture standpoint, do we have any kind of updated thoughts on pursuing perhaps like an end-to-end AI approach as opposed to, I think, the more rules-based method that Cruise was working on?
Yeah, it's a great question. And, that's really where the industry's pivoting. Cruise has already started making headway down that path. And as I called out, we are moving to a foundation model and end-to-end approach going forward.
Translation. We have just realized that we should be copying what Tesla was doing. Shout out to V12, end-to-end. Again, I talked about this at the time. Mind-blowing shit. No one gave a fuck. None of the analysts didn't even register. And I'm like, these guys are so dumb. Here we are. What, about 2 years later, nearly? Not even. Finally, the so-called competition, pursuing autonomy go, wait a minute, that's actually a good idea, let's copy. This is a stunningly embarrassing, delayed reaction. And I pointed out at the time with end-to-end on Tesla, and in fact, really emphasized this. Because a lot of the haters were saying, oh, Tesla's so dumb, look, they've redone everything with autonomy, how stupid are they? And I pointed out, no. That's an extremely positive signal that Tesla's gone far enough in one direction to realize it's not the right direction. They need to change. They did change, and then to pay attention to how long it takes other companies to figure out the exact same fucking thing. It's not a negative that Tesla's so far ahead of the entire industry in terms of pursuing autonomy that they're the company finding out, you know what, this is a dead end, let's do this instead. The bears paint this as a negative. Tesla doesn't know what they're doing, look, they had to change. You idiots. It just shows how far ahead they are. And by the way, as I said at the time, end-to-end, complete revolution. We saw proof of concept. Musk was driving around Palo Alto pretending to be looking for Mark Zuckerberg's home, right? I said at the time, many times in every fucking video since, there were no more unknown unknowns with autonomy. Prior to then, I always assumed with enough brute force, data and time, Tesla would solve the problem. But the path to full autonomy was not clearly lit. There was still obstacles potentially in the way we couldn't see until we arrived at them. With the rewrite end-to-end, that was no longer the case. You give video in of good human drivers and the software learns how to drive. The end. I said so many times, the path is now clearly lit to full autonomy. Yet companies like Cruise didn't immediately pivot because they're dumb, incompetent, inept. What other explanation is there? So as I said at the time, it's so important to emphasize this. Watch how slowly other companies wake the fuck up. How long ago was it that Elon Musk said that LiDAR was a fool's errand? August 2019, more than half a decade ago, Elon Musk says that anyone relying on LiDAR is doomed. Quote, they're all going to dump LiDAR. Anyone relying on LiDAR is doomed. He's right. He was right. He called it more than half a decade ago. Yet there are still companies today trying to solve autonomy using LiDAR. But wait, there's more. A lot more. It's amazing how much everything ties together today. Clips posted on X over a week ago. I featured this at the time, FSD V13. Guy tried to get it stuck Austin Power style. It does like a 400-point turn, gets out of the dead end. That's not where this story ends. Somebody tagged VW, BMW, Mercedes. Check this out, isn't that impressive? Next minute, BMW replies, knowing that this will be seen by the public, very impressive. So let's recap here. Dude posts FSD V13. Somebody tags BMW. Sure, they get tagged like all day, every day on X. BMW chooses to reply. Very impressive. Praising Tesla's FSD software as very impressive. Publicly praising Tesla's FSD software is very impressive. But wait, there's more. Tesla replies to BMW. Hi, BMW. Remember, it has been disclosed that Tesla have had preliminary discussions with at least one major automaker about licensing FSD. Now, some speculation is that company BMW. Now, I don't know the answer. In fact, I probably think it's more likely to have been Ford, but I don't know. I mean, no one knows except the people that actually were involved in the discussion. But it's certainly possible that other companies have had discussions with Tesla since. It's quite curious that whoever's managing BMW's social media account made that comment knowing the world would see and react. But wait, there's even more. Owen Sparks rightly pointing out, just as all the automakers adopted Tesla's North American charging standard for supercharging access, they will likely license Tesla's FSD. Elon Musk responds, very few manually driven cars will be sold in the future. So if we read between the lines, companies that don't have autonomous vehicles to sell in the future don't themselves have a future. And he's right. As I've personally speculated in the past, the best case scenario, the only scenario in which legacy automotive manufacturers survive, period, is if they can license FSD from a company like Tesla, actually just only from Tesla, and slap their logos and their stickers on their cars, but essentially inside the technology driving it, the software, and even potentially batteries, electric motors, powertrain, that whole probably made by Tesla. They can then leverage their existing brand loyal customers. I will only ever buy a VW, my parents, everyone buys a Ford. They can leverage that brand. Tesla can power the vehicle in more ways than one, but Ford can slap a Ford badge on the vehicle and sell it to customers and make a tiny little profit margin. Otherwise, companies like Ford, General Motors, going bankrupt. Now, again, I do want to emphasize, Elon Musk comments on this speculation about other companies licensing FSD, specifically the reference to BMW. Musk is not stupid. Why even make this comment? Now, tying things back to the dumb fucks at GM, in particular, the world's greatest CEO of all time, Mary B. Aspara, who said on a live call moments ago, quote, Cruise was well on its way to a Robotaxi business, but when you look at the fact that you're deploying a fleet, you're maintaining a fleet, there's a whole operations piece of doing that. The cost of that It's not our core business. So waving the white flag, years too late. I'll tell you what, man, eventually they're probably going to write case studies on Mary's time at GM and how to completely destroy a company and fuck everything up that matters. Now, I saw this screenshot on X today, got to bring it up, from everybody's favourite method actor pretending to be a Tesla bear. I didn't say that. I better edit that out. He might get mad. Gordon Class Clown Johnson, who definitely believes what he says and isn't just selling research to mentally retarded Elon haters, pretending that he genuinely is a skeptic on Tesla. But just wanted to share this. This is what happens when you outsource your, quote, thinking to so-called experts who, by the way, charge thousands of dollars. Let's see how much this piece of shit is currently on sale for. Okay. We get a server error. Page doesn't exist. Now, I do believe that this steaming pile of excrement was acquired by another company, so we're going to have to do some digging here. Surely we can still find the autonomous leaderboard, right? Last I recall, it was like $2,500, $3,500 US. Okay, so Guidehouse Insights was acquired by Bain Capital Private Equity. So acquired, who cares? It's not like they're... Bro, come on, man. Autonomous vehicles. Come on, let's find this shit. Insights. Fuck me. Bro, it's gone. Man, I'm doing my digging here. I'm trying my best to find it. I click on the Guidehouse Insights website and they've deleted it. The website still exists, just to be clear, okay? As we saw, the website is still live, okay? They've got latest insights. Broken. Reports. Broken. I mean, why would you still have your website like this with primary links to pages that don't even exist? You either get acquired and you continue doing what you're doing, or at least you fix the fucking website and don't have links to shit that doesn't exist anymore. Now, surely they're not so embarrassed that they're deleting evidence of their abominable calls, right? Now, I happened to find on the GE Vernova website, oh, this is amazing. I don't know how old this is, right? But a company that happened to find themselves right up among the leaders on this idiotic autonomous leaderboard and featured that. But this is not actually a link to the thing. Dude, this is so bad. Well, you know what? I can't be fucked, guys. You can do your own digging on the Wayback Machine to try and find the original source material. But plenty of people have receipts. This is another one. I don't know which year this was published, but check it out. Leaders, GM Cruise and Waymo, basically on top of each other. Where's Tesla? Oh, that's right. Dead fucking last. Idiots. Don't ever outsource your thinking to so-called experts. Now, an important post from George Hotz. You might know George from AI or jailbreaking iPhones back in the day. Dude's got a big brain. He's clearly got the tism, and he's a very interesting character. Let's see what he had to say. Today, Government Motors pulled funding from its cruise robotaxis. I called this 5 years ago. If you have been paying attention, self-driving has played out exactly like I said it would. By the way, credit where it's due, it did. He called it especially end-to-end. Tesla will win, and AI will take second. By the way, this is really interesting. See, this guy's, at least previously, was competing with Tesla with AI and was at the time saying Tesla's got to win. They're going to beat us, but we'll be second. At the time, he was saying this. Brutal honesty. And AI will take second with an open source solution like the smartphone market with iOS and Android. Today, Tesla has the biggest fleet, and we have the second biggest. Tons of self-driving car startups have shut down with zero to show for it. Ghost Autonomy raised $240 million, worth zero. Argo AI raised $3.7 billion, worth zero. Investors are now going to waste billions on humanoid robots. Can anyone stop this train wreck? It's just as obvious as last time. Long post, but he nailed it. Now, I just wanted to revisit a very old clip of Elon Musk. A few hair follicles ago, 1998. Some of you weren't even born then. Making a prediction about the future of the internet. Short clip, let's watch. Wonder what he had to say.
What do you see as the future of the internet?
I think the internet is the superset of all media. It is the be-all and end-all of media. One will see print, broadcast, arguably radio, essentially all media folding into the internet. And what the internet amounts to is it's the first of two-way communication medium that is intelligent. It allows consumers to choose what they want to see, when they want to see it, and whether that be radio, whether that be print, whether that be television, broadcast. I think it's going to revolutionize all traditional media.
Aged like a fine fucking wine. 2.5 decades ago, this motherfucker absolutely nailed it. Same guy who half a decade ago predicted all the moronic companies still using LiDAR, attempting to solve autonomy, would eventually abandon it. Wonder if he's made any other predictions about things. Oh wait, I think he has. What was that? Yeah, that's right. Remember the $30 trillion conservative market cap based on humanoid robots? Let's go back to this post. What did this guy with 3 first names say? He reposted this and said, now do humanoid robots in the labour market. Oh, the same guy that was in the thing here actually replied and said, my predictions on that front are, if anything, conservative. Now, he's right. I've said this many times. I've run through the numbers. Musk over the longer term can see Tesla getting to a $30+ trillion market cap on the base built by humanoid robots, massively scaling the global labour market. So who's looking forward to the updated post a decade or two from now on how much $500 of Tesla stock today is worth then. Now, I don't want to be too obnoxious here, but I also don't give a fuck if people get offended when I say things that are true. There are some extremely dull, above average IQ, but extremely dull people managing money today. And a lot of so-called analysts covering Tesla, or, money managers who own a little bit of Tesla, who have absolutely no idea Tesla's point of difference with autonomy. It's going to take every single so-called competitor, like Cruise and then eventually Waymo. And by the way, just a quick side note on Waymo, they're now a subsidiary of Alphabet, aka Google, right? So Waymo can suck from the teat of Google indefinitely. Unlike Cruise, owned by GM, who actually can't afford to waste tens and tens and tens and tens of billions of dollars, right? They had to abandon it. Google can keep feeding this thing for much longer and then still fail. So Waymo might be around for longer, but until even a company like Waymo has the plug pulled by Google, it's going to take years longer. Many of these dimwits just don't understand what Tesla has built. Pure vision and a generalized solution is how you win. They still think that there's a magic catch up to Tesla button. I saw this post from some guy with 3 first names back in July who wrote how to copy FSD in one easy step. 1. Press the magic catch up to Tesla button, which instantly puts 6 million robots on roads collecting data, builds a huge supercomputer cluster, clones Tesla's existing data and their AI team, and also puts Tesla out of business so they can't overtake you. So guys, there is no magic catch up to Tesla button. Here's what happens. Seemingly out of nowhere, Tesla's first Robotaxis, which will be Model 3s and Model Ys, begin operating in some small pockets of the United States with a press of a button and over-the-air software update. With more data, more training compute, more time, the software continues to become increasingly capable in more and more regions throughout the United States and other parts of the world, scaling massively out of absolutely nowhere. Tesla, with their gigantic cost advantage and an existing fleet of millions of vehicles on roads, has instant scale and begins to disrupt companies like Uber and Lyft with human drivers. If you have to pay a human, you can't compete on cost with an autonomous electric vehicle. Companies like Waymo, there's no more Cruise anymore, panic, but continue to suck from the teat of Alphabet, aka Google. Then try to think of novel ways to convince people to take a Waymo instead of a Tesla with weird branding and strange advertising campaigns. I don't know how you position yourself as superior to Tesla. They'll figure something out. You can trick dumb people with enough advertising and branding. They struggle to survive. Most of the autonomous startups that can't suck from the teat of a massive multi-trillion dollar company like Alphabet go out of business. And then suddenly, a few years later, Tesla has captured the vast majority of the profits in the robotaxi space. They're operating basically everywhere on Earth, and all the dim-witted analysts and money managers who thought there was a magic catch-up to Tesla button will be doing these ones. So that's where I'm going to wrap up today's video. I mean, I really hate to say it, but I told you fuckers, I'm going to keep saying the same shit every single day. Tesla's won autonomy. They have an unassailable data lead. They're going to scale massively. They're going to take most of the profits, and most people don't see this as inevitable. It will happen. Unless maybe World War III breaks out or there's multiple asteroid impacts and wipes out half the planet. In fact, I think this is a leaked video of Mary Barra getting a golden parachute a few years from now after destroying government motors. There is no magic catch-up to Tesla button. Do you understand? Want more content? Early access? A bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients. Plus, has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. This is what viewers of the channel had to say after trying AG1. I feel like I have a lot more energy since I started on AG1. Just got my AG1 in the mail. Legit feeling the effects after day 3. 3 months ago, I started AG1 and have been enjoying the evenness of alertness and energy that lasts the day. I just started the wife on it too. Are you convinced yet? I mean, hey, it's worth trying, right? Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR, or I can keep going. This viewer, after about a month on AG1, definitely a lack of fatigue in the afternoon. Pleasant side effect is that my coffee intake has imploded and is almost down to 0. One more? Yeah, why not? I honestly feel younger and will be continuing to use AG1. This stuff really is crazy good. I didn't think it would be, but this stuff is awesome. It really is what everyone is saying. One more? Don't mind if I do. I've just received my 3rd month supply. I've drank it every day. I have so much energy throughout most of the day. I'm productive, started a new business, started socializing, refurbished a boat, It's no coincidence. Thank you for your persistence, your integrity, and your insights. Now look, these are not my words. These are not my testimonials. This is what you guys and girls are saying. Maybe it's 100% placebo effect. But even if that's the case, I think it's money well spent. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs.